there, my name's Andy Hillier and today's guitar lesson is going to be on Twin Flame by Machine Gun Kelly. It's a really cool little track. I'm going to teach you the whole thing, including the electric guitar solo at the end and all the guitar parts that lead up to that. Just before I do though, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, the thumbs up, and please leave me some comments. Let me know what song I should do next. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me, support what I'm doing, and you want to print the tabs off of this and loads of other songs, I'll put it on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. My guitar is in standard tuning. Now the song starts with this little picking idea which goes like this. So for that, I'm going to use my first finger on A3 and my little finger on D5. Deliberately using my little finger because we're going to have to stretch in the next bar. So first finger A3, little finger on D5, then you're going to play the A3, the D5, and then you do that again another 3 times, so you do it 4 times in total, so it goes. Into the second bar, we're going to move our first finger down to A2. So you play the A2, the D5, and you do that 4 times, so you go. So the first 2 bars go. Into the next bar, bar number 3, we're going to play the open A string and then D2. And you do that 4 times, so you go. And then bar number 4, we're going to go to first finger E1, third finger A3, and we're only going to play it twice. We're going to go E1, A3, E1, A3, then use the second finger on D2, then we're going to play D3, back to D2, then A3. So bar number 4 goes. And those first 4 bars repeat. With the exception of the second time round and the 5th time round, instead of playing the... Instead it just plays what I've written in bar 5, which goes E1, A3, and you just do that 4 times, so bar 5 goes. So it's the same thing repeating round, but on the 2nd and 5th time round, you just don't do the... Instead you play... So hopefully that makes sense. So let's play this little A section. It goes. So that'll just repeat round. There is one little exception that changes slightly in between like what feels like the first chorus and the second verse. There's just these 2 bars I've written here, which go A3, D5, does that 4 times, then go straight down to the E1, A3, E1, A3, D2, D3, D2, A3. So those 2 bars go. So that's just a little bit in between what feels like the first chorus and the second verse. It then goes back to like the main part that we played. Just keeps repeating round until you get like this next section. Now the next section turns into like 6/4, which means there's 6 beats in a bar as opposed to the rest of it, which was 4 beats in a bar. And we get this little section which goes. So to play that, we're going to have to do finger picking. So using our right hand finger picking rather than a plectrum. And starts off with the first finger on B1, third finger A3. We're going to play them both at the same time. Use your thumb to play the A string and a finger to play the B string. And then you play the A string on its own. Then use your little finger on B3, then the A string on its own. So far you've got... Then you're going to play the A string and the open E string, A3 on its own, E3, so move your little finger to E3, and then an A3. So the whole of that bar, bar 20, slowly goes. Bit faster. Up speed. Next bar, bar 21, we just put our finger onto E3. And you're going to play the E3 and then the open E nearest to the floor. The low E3, then an open E, E3, then use your little finger on B3, and you're going to play the E3 and the B3 at the same time, then the low E3, the B3, and then the low E3. So bar 21. So bars 20 and 21 you've got. Bar number 22 is exactly the same as bar 20, apart from you don't put your finger on A3, you just play the open A string. So you get. And then bar 23, we're going to put our finger on D3, and we're going to go D3 and the E string at the same time. A D3, open E, a D3, and then D3 with B3 at the same time, a D3, B3 and a D3 to finish. So bar 23 slowly goes. So the whole line slowly you get. Up speed. And that repeats loads and loads of times until we get to the guitar solo. I've switched to my electric guitar for the guitar solo. We've got 3 lines of it. The first line goes like this. So to play that, we're going to play B8 6 times, B10 6 times, and then G9. We're going to play it 6 times, going 1 and 2 and 3 and then another one, and then bend up and down, a semitone, and then another G9. So the first 2 bars go. It repeats those 3 times, and then into bar 26, and we go, which is G9, G10, and then E8, then G9, G10, E10, G9, G10, E12, and then E12. So you get. And then the last bar, bar 27, just goes, which is E12, just playing it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And then that's the first line, so hopefully that makes sense. So slowly that'll be like. And then the next line is going to play like tremolo picking. So you play these notes, but just play as fast as you can, just with the picker, really fast. So it sounds like this. So to play that, E15, E17, E12, then B15 and then B13. So the first two bars go. With tremolo. The next two bars 30 and 31, are exactly the same. And then bar 32, we just go up to E20, and then E19, E15, and then E12. So it goes. And then bar 33 is exactly the same as that. 20, 19, 15, and 12 on the E string. So the whole line goes. And then the last line just goes. Which is just playing E12, E13, E15. And you do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 times. So it goes. And then just playing E12 to finish the song. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that little guitar lesson and you've found it useful and it's been easy enough to understand. If you have enjoyed it, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video. Please leave me some comments as well. I love to hear from you guys. Let me know where in the world you're from, what songs I should do next. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me, keep me doing it, you can support me on Patreon. I'll also put the tabs for this on there so you can print them out. Well, thanks for watching this. I've been Andy Hillier and I'll see you next time.